phone in my hand.
Work hard, sacrifices, discipline, time away from my family. How you gonna beat me?
You finna see the champ that is goddamn best of the best of the best of the best.
I promise you none of these niggas gonna beat me. None of them. I'm gonna make an example out of Tio. That's the only thing I love. Hey Tio, I'm gonna bust up your eyes, I'm gonna whoop your ass, and I'm gonna beat the shit out of you. You better be ready, boy. Like, I felt like you knew how little Lomachenko was, and you kind of capitalized off of that.
Heck no, that man was a lot to deal with. Y'all don't understand, the man was #1.
Yeah,
over
sure.
Canelo, over Crawford, over Inu.
But you don't think that the size of him just kind of helped you?
Bro, styles make fights, not the size.
I agree with that. I'm with you on that. But for the first 6 rounds, he didn't punch.
Because I didn't let him.
You didn't let him punch?
Absolutely not.
Okay. I want to see this magic. Must be magic.
In the high-stakes world of elite boxing, some stories are written in the ring. But the most dangerous ones are born in the shadows of a gym 5 years before the cameras ever start rolling. Back in 2016, inside a humid Miami training center, 2 of the sport's most polarizing prodigies stepped through the ropes for a sparring session that was never supposed to leave the building. On one side, you had the clinical defensive wizard Shakur Stevenson. On the other, the explosive, unpredictable firecracker Teofimo Lopez. Both were stablemates under the Top Rank banner. Both were the next big thing, and both were fighting for alpha status. But according to the rumors that have haunted both camps ever since, that session didn't end with a handshake. It ended with a demand: stop the recording.
I mean, we were stablemates, me and Shakur, Top Rank. He talks about this and that, and about, I was jealous of him. No, I'm not. You were a 2016 USA silver medalist. You're gonna get your signing bonus and all that extra stuff. Thing was, they were trying to secure him in a different route because they had put a lot of money in him. Me, I think I was just supposed to be an opponent eventually.
Teofimo Lopez hasn't forgotten that day. And as the countdown to January 31st intensifies, he's making sure the world knows his version of the truth. He claims he wasn't just competitive. He claims he was dismantling the man many call the unbeatable defensive king. He talks about seeing the frustration in Shakur's eyes. A look of realization that the hit and don't get hit philosophy doesn't work when someone is fast enough to close the gap and strong enough to make you regret it. This isn't just a fight for a belt or a legacy. This is a decade-long grudge finally reaching its boiling point. And the training camps we're seeing today suggest that neither man is planning on leaving anything to chance.
Teofimo Lopez says that he's going to fight Shakur Stevenson dirty.
Stylistically, when you see a fighter like him, it is not illegal to do certain punches and throw certain punches or hit certain areas.
I heard that concept from an icon.
That's the credit on how masterful he is. You have to be dirty. You gotta be rough. You have to use the elbows, head, bend it up. You have to use everything. 'Cause this guy, as far as his style is concerned, this guy is a master fighter.
And though Shakur Stevenson is no Floyd Mayweather, he is considered probably the most superior, technically sound boxer in the world. So with Teofimo Lopez saying, hey, I'm gonna do things that people may think is dirty, but it's legal. I can't fight in a very sound sportsmanship manner. I have to create chaos. And maybe Shakur Stevenson, maybe he can't operate in the chaos.
Inside Teofimo Lopez's camp, the atmosphere is one of controlled chaos. He's pushing himself through segments that would break most world-class athletes before they even reach the halfway mark. We're talking about 180 gloves, heavy lead-like weights that make every punch feel like swinging a sledgehammer. He's doing an hour of high-intensity training with 0 breaks just to see how far his lungs can expand and how much his heart can take. He's swimming, he's lifting, and he's shadow boxing with weights to keep his ligaments loose. It's a brutal old-school approach designed to transform him into a machine that doesn't just win but flatlines the opposition. Teo isn't just training for a boxing match. he's training for an execution. He's obsessed with proving that Shakur Stevenson is a made-up superstar who only looks good because he hasn't faced a real threat at 140 pounds.
None of them. I'm gonna make an example out of Tio. That's the only thing I love. I promise they got me fucked up. Work hard, sacrifices, discipline, time away from my family. How you gonna beat me? Ain't no way you can beat me that way, bro. Why I keep saying I'm the best. Niggas don't want this shit more than me. I know it. I know it. I want this shit so bad. So bad. Shit easy, yeah.
Easy, man.
Easy.
Always easy, man.
You already know.
Always easy, man.
But while Teofimo is loud and explosive, Shakur Stevenson is operating in a state of deadly silence. There is a different kind of energy coming out of his camp. A clinical surgical focus that is starting to worry the experts. For years, the knock on Shakur was that he was too small, a skinny kid who relied on his legs to stay out of trouble. Those days are gone. Witnesses from inside his camp, like Gary Antoine Russell, are reporting a physical evolution that borders on the frightening. They're calling it grown man strength. Shakur isn't just dancing anymore. He's developing a beefy frame that allows him to hold his ground in a physical wrestling match. He's cycling through sparring partners, staying in the middle of the ring while fresh bodies hop in and out, and he's doing it with a composure that makes him look invincible.
A lot of people going back and forth with it. Some people think Tio got the advantage because of the weight and that he's athletic and explosive. Some people say Shakur is the better boxer.
Yes.
Right? How you see that fight ending?
Well, they saying, you know, they've got the weight and all that. I see Shakur boxing big guys, light heavyweights and all that stuff. Just like moves, you know, big box heavyweights and put heavyweights down. You know what I mean? I think that's the right move for him. You know what I mean? Get up, and I think he can really do good at that weight.
This isn't a stoppage.
I'm looking at a decision, not a stoppage. But then it all according how Tio come in. If Tio come at him, you know, he gonna run into some shots.
This contrast in styles has the boxing world divided, and the critiques are getting personal. Regis Prograis recently threw a massive wrench into the narrative, claiming that while Teofimo is athletically gifted, he is fundamentally weak-minded. It's a shocking accusation for a two-division champion, but Prograis points to the moments where Teofimo seems to drift mentally when things get difficult. He looks great when he's winning, but when a master of the sport like Shakur starts sneaking in counter punches you can't see, frustration sets in. And in boxing, frustration is the first step toward a knockout. If Teofimo can't handle the psychological torture of chasing a ghost for 12 rounds, his explosive chaos might just turn into an embarrassing collapse.
I think he wins it comfortably, yeah. I think he wins it comfortably. I think, you know, Shakur, I think the thing is about Tio is very good athletically, but he's weak-minded. You know, you can see in some fights he's struggling. Tio does struggle. You know, now he does come up for big fights. Lomachenko, he came up. Josh Taylor, he came up. But a lot of fights, man, he struggles in. You know, he does struggle on a whole lot of fights and stuff. Like, I think he looked good. Yeah, he looked good against Barboza. But like I said, for the most part, Tio does struggle. And I think he struggles mentally with a lot of things. But I think with Shakur, I think Shakur's going to break him. I think maybe the first two or three rounds, it might be a close fight. You know, it might be close. It might be 2-1 or something like that. But then after that, I feel like, you know, Shakur is probably going to start stepping up, and Tio's going to try to hit him, and it's not going to work. And then Shakur might start. The thing about Shakur is a very good, a real good counterpuncher, really sharp, real sharp with the counterpunch. He sneaks those punches in, you know, and that's the ones that hurt the most when he just sneaking them in when you're not supposed to hit him. So I definitely feel like, yeah, I feel like Shakur is going to beat him comfortably. Now, not a knockout, but comfortable 12 rounds for sure.
Have you sparred Lopez before?
I never sparred Tio, though. Never.
Blueprint is where things get truly interesting. Tim Bradley, one of the most respected voices in the game, has been vocal about the fact that while everyone knows how Teofimo can lose, pressure, mental fatigue, and erratic decision-making, nobody has found the key to the Shakur Stevenson lock. There is no map. No one has figured out how to make him uncomfortable. He's a ring general who treats the canvas like a chessboard. And every move he makes is 3 steps ahead of his opponent. He doesn't need raw power to beat you. He uses precision. He sneaks those shots through the gaps, those little touches that don't look like much to the crowd but feel like needles to the fighter. It's the kind of style that makes a champion look like an amateur. And it's exactly what Teofimo's camp is trying to prepare for.